Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to RA versus the world. Today we're gonna talk about whatever this is. One of my Italian students, I have two Italian students. One of my Italian students, who's a journalist, laughs at me because I collect all sorts of stuff, travel books, language books, hokusai stuff, for example, like this, shark stuff, whatever shark stuff, maybe a mofu sand with the shark, maybe books about sharks, um, what else, badges of sharks. I also collect Snoopy stuff, Goshuin's Eki stamps, which by the way I have a video about. You can check it out in the comment section, or maybe if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put it in a card. What else do I collect? Soft drink bottles, DC stuff like these, movie tickets. I collect all sorts of stuff. But today we're gonna talk about a different type of collection, one of my favorite collections as well. My postcards. I've been into post crossing recently, but I'm not gonna show you my incoming post crosses. What do we call them? My incoming postcards yet. I'm just gonna talk about my collections for now. Some of them have messages on it, some of them have none because I bought them myself, and some, even though they were given to me, they were handed to me. They were not mailed to me. For example, this one, this was handed to me, but since it was handed to me, the the sender, no, not the sender, the giver, did not have to write anything or put a stamp on it. But of course, if you want to know how to send postcards, I'll also link a video of how to send postcards from the Philippines. You can, if you're not from the Philippines, you can also use that as your guide, because well, it will be also the same process wherever you are. The only difference is that the postage stamps would be different and of course they would cost different. Okay, so let's start our video on this postcard from Cambodia. This was given to me by somebody from Cambodia, of course, who was with me during the UN Youth Climate Summit in 2019 in New York. She handed us Cambodia postcards. Maybe it was the second day of the summit. This is the Angkor Wat. That's Cambodia. Ooh, this is from an ex. So this is from China. These are multiple postcards, by the way. There are messages, so I won't show you the backside. This is from Shanghai, I'm not certain. Shanghai as well. Also from Shanghai. Another one from Shanghai, of course, very iconic. Also from Shanghai. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing Shanghai correctly. Fuzhou Rong Jiudao. Also from Shanghai. Bingtan Banyang Shifan. These are people. Fuzhouqi Shansenling Gongyuan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this is quite interesting. This is an illustration rather than a photo. Some postcards will be hand-drawn if you are in the post-crossing community. Some post-crossers would like to draw their own postcards. This one isn't hand-drawn, this is printed, but it's an illustration. It's nice. Fuzhou Maui Lushangta. Again, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. I'm 100% sure. Ooh, this one has a poem with a French title, Sabian Ainsi. Let's see if we can read that. Les oiseaux, Poséidon, tu le chat. Pourquoi ces procès? Ça poussière souvent sur une branche. I'm just gonna murder my French. Again, French poem. This is from China as well. Ooh, this one I'm not sure which way it goes. Probably like this. Also from China. I cannot read that, so I'm not gonna be able to tell you what it is. I'm very sorry. Again with a French poem. Se détacher des richesses matérielles. Okay, let's put this away for now. Let's move to, I'm doing this alphabetically, by the way. Except for the last ones. I'm gonna show you something special. Oops, sorry about that. Yep, there it goes. So Shanghai postcards. Ooh, these ones are from Japan. I bought this over a decade ago from, oh, I'm not sure. Was it Nagoya or Narita? I have multiples because I was gonna, well, back then I had an ex who was also into Japan. I wanted to give or send a postcard to her, but then I realized no, I don't know the address. So, well, I know the address, but I'm not sure. Well, I know where the house is, but I don't know how to get the address, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so this is Mount Fuji, of course. Yokohama. That's why there are two copies. Yokohama, Minato Mirai, the Tokyo Imperial Palace. I'm not really fond of imperial stuff. Ooh, wait a minute. This one is Kinkakuji Temple in Kyoto. All sorts of Japanese stuff. A geisha, a Buddhist statue, Mount Fuji, temple ground. Is that a pagoda? A Shinkansen. Ooh, wait a minute, I'm not sure what this is. But is this a school? Oh, sorry, this is the Tokyo Station. No, it's not a school. This is the Tokyo Station. There it is. The 100-year-old Tokyo Station. Oh, so when I bought this, it was about to be 100. So this was built in 1914. I bought this over a decade ago. So we're still in letter J. These are old postcards that I keep. These are more recent ones. This one I didn't have to buy it. I went to the graveyard of Katsushika Hokusai, and the old man who was the groundkeeper, I guess. Oh no, maybe caretaker, or maybe a descendant of Katsushika Hokusai. I'm very sorry I didn't ask. Gave this to me as I was about to leave. You would put your stamp here. That's the usual format of a postcard. The stamps go here. You would separate the left side and the right side. You usually put the name here, name of the recipient and the address, and your message here. That's the graveyard of Katsushika Hokusai, Ohaka no Hokusai. Ooh, also another recent purchase. Oh, this is not a recent purchase. This was just given to me. But this one, one of my recent purchases. This is from the Hokusai-san, Hokusai-kan in Obuse. Oh, Japanese postcards are formatted differently, as you can see. This is he called this masculine waves. These are not okuyue. Of course, if you know Hokusai-san, you know him from his woodblock paintings or ukiyo-e. But these are not ukiyo-e. These are hand-painted. When Katsushika Hokusai made this great wave, he was 80 years old. He was 70 years old. But when he was 80, he went to Obuse and painted these. Called this the masculine wave. He also painted this. This is on top of a, so like imagine Sistine Chapel, but in a shrine with a phoenix. So he painted this himself with a this photo isn't actually giving it justice. You have to go to Obuse to be able to see this phoenix on the ceiling of one of the shrines in Obuse. I will make a video about it. Please stay tuned. And this one is a dragon. Again, if you notice, there are also waves. Hokusai, of course, when he was 80, was already famous for his great wave, so he was kind of milking it, nah. But look at the details. I also saw this in person when I visited the museum in Obuse. These are in a museum. The actual paintings are actually still at the museum. This one is not in a museum. It's in a religious ground. Oh, not a shrine. Sorry, but a temple, because when Hokusai was old, as he was getting older, he became more religious, and he was painting all sorts of religious stuff. As you can see, this phoenix is not religious, but it has many different meanings. There's actually, I think the blue ones represent Fuji. I'm not, oh my goodness, I'm not remembering stuff perfectly, but the colors, each color that you see has something to represent. Ooh, this one did not have to buy it. I was just handed this postcard at the Nikko station, at the Tourist Information Center. It's the Tourist Information Center at Nikko is just beside the JR station. And I was given this as a freebie after visiting the Tourist Information Center for questions. So yeah, I'm sorry there are a lot of background noises. This is Senjugahara in Nikko. Oh, this one has the usual format. Ooh, this one is from Tokyo, from the Sumida Hokusai Museum. The Great Wave. Again, different format, but you can still follow. If you don't want to put it here, you can put it here, and then you put your designs anywhere. By the way, when you're writing postcards, don't forget to put dates. I actually sent postcards before that did not have dates on them. Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't want to remove it from their plastic. Ooh, this one is from Langkawi in Malaysia, from another ex. Let's open it. Ooh. No message because this was handed to me personally. So this is the Panorama Langkawi Sky Bridge. Also at the Langkawi Sky Bridge. Cable car from the Langkawi Sky Bridge. Panorama Langkawi. Let me just put these back into their plastic. This is also from Langkawi in Malaysia. I'm not sure who gave this to me, but I like this because there are a lot of photos. Rice field, so it just looks like a province in the Philippines. A lighthouse, apes, not monkeys, or I'm not sure. Ooh, this looks like somewhere in, well, it definitely looks like Southeast Asia. Eagles, Carabao, a nice sunset, cable car. Pakistan. I'm not gonna show you the other side because this has a message, but this is from Mavra, a friend that I met in the United States. She was also a scholar in the United States. I went to school in United States, and what was she studying? Was it English? I'm not sure. Oh no, definitely not English. Something different, oh my goodness. But yeah, Mavra. I watched Potter. Oh, what was that Harry Potter play? not really a Harry Potter play, not the Cursed Child, but a Potter inspired duo play. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I watched that with her. We were very close because we liked Harry Potter. Oh, this one. Oh, now we're in letter P. Of course, the Philippines. I bought this myself. This is, of course, the Mayon volcano. This is Linion Hill, Legazpi City. The Mayon volcano is the most active volcano in the Philippines. It has the perfect cone shape. Sometimes there are angles where the cone shape is not perfect anymore, but what's fun about volcanoes is that they are self-healing. So whenever they spew lava, the canals would usually be filled with lava, and then it will quote-unquote self-heal. So that's nice. This is Japanese Film Festival, but I included this in the Philippines because this is from the Japan Foundation in the Philippines. I got these after watching movies at the Japanese Film Festival. You have an option to grab the black one or the white one. I watch a lot of Japanese films at the Japanese Film Festival this year, so I have multiples. Ooh, these ones are from Taiwan, and my brother gave this to me. Chain, maybe going to Jufen? No, I'm not sure. Another chain. I love chains, so I had to have this. Another chain. And another chain. We're not done yet. There's another chain. Ooh, this is not in the New Taipei region. This is in Alishan. Going to Alishan. I have to go to Alishan. Alishan is in Chiayi. Oh, this one is what was that? Not Jufen, but another place close to Jufen where they allow you to release what do you call this again? Balloons. No, fire something. Oh my goodness, sorry, I just woke up 30 minutes ago. But yeah, I was also able to visit this place, but I did not wanna release let's just call it a balloon, because, well, for environmental reasons. This one is in Jufen now. So widely believed to be the inspiration for Spirited Away, but that is not actually the case. Of course, Hayao Miyazaki is from Japan, so he will use Japan as inspiration for a lot of stuff in his movies. Although the actual, well, there are two onsens in Japan that are said to be inspirations for the onsen in Spirited Away. But yeah, just so you know, this is not the inspiration for Spirited Away, but it's nice. Yeah, when you visit Jufen, there will be a lot of souvenirs of Spirited Away stuff. But yeah, because they're milking it. Well, if you're a fan, why not? Ooh, train going to, I'm not sure where. Let's see if we will know. Jingtong Night View in New Taipei. Ooh, okay. So this is the Chiang Kai-shek Museum. Is this it? Yeah, the National Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. I have a video of the changing of the guards in Chiang Kai-shek Museum. I will link it in the comments section. But you can see the changing of the guards. You can watch the changing of the guards at the Chiang Kai-shek National Museum, Memorial Hall, rather, because people are more critical of the Chiang Kai-shek regime. So, and they see the changing of the guards as like a romanticizing the regime. So now you can watch it elsewhere, but not here. And if you know that building, you know. If you know, you know. I have a photo of oh, my Facebook is deactivated, but my profile photo is from the Elephant Mountain, which has a nice view of what was previously the tallest building in the world. Oh, this is this in Ximending? Ximen, sorry. Ximen. Kind of like Taiwan's Shibuya, but less crowded and popular for tourists because a lot of tourists actually stay near Ximen. There are hotels, affordable hotels, some not very affordable, but I guess the biggest draw is that there are tourist souvenir shops that you can visit. Also, not in this photo is the Pride pedestrian lane. Maybe this photo was taken before the what was it? The approval of same-sex marriage in Taiwan. The first country in Asia to approve same-sex marriage. So yeah, those are postcards given to me by my brother, but I do have my own postcards that I bought during my own visit. This was given to me, I guess, 3 years before my own visit. My brother went there first. And ta-da! So a cat and a dog, of course, with the milk tea. I'm not a fan of milk tea, but Taiwan is the home of milk tea. This is Jufen. This is oh, what is this? No, I was able to visit this as well, a Buddhist temple, but I forgot. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. But yeah, these are all sorts of stuff from Taiwan that remind you of Taiwan. 15, which is about 30 pesos in the Philippines. Ooh, I did not buy this, but this was given to me by my friend. Shout out to Earl. So there will be no messages because he handed this to me after seeing this from a second-hand bookshop. And he knows that I collect postcards, so it was very sweet of him to give me this book of 21 postcards of Toronto in Canada. let's take a look at the postcards. Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh, I'm not sure if you can see that. Why can't I? There you go. You can actually just I don't know if you see that, but you can take this off. These are actual postcards in a book bind. Of postcards. 21 is a lot, but not. Nah, I'm not complaining. So yeah, there it is. I love this postcard. Oh, is that a whale shark? No, probably not. It's a smaller fish. Whale shark is basically a fish because sharks are fish. Now let's go to the United States. So this is from New York. I also have multiples. Here they are. If you are a post crosser and you want to receive postcards from New York, I'm very sorry, I can't send it from New York. I'll be sending it from the Philippines or anywhere. Well, my visa is gonna expire in 2029. Who knows? Maybe I'll send you one from the United States. But if you are a post crosser, and if you wanna receive New York postcards, just let me know in the comment section or send me an email at ra@raversustheworld.com. That's spelled as RA, the @ sign, RAVSTHEWORLD.com. Send me an email, and then let's swap postcards. I have multiples because again, this was a time when I had an ex who I wanted to send postcards to, but I don't know the address, so I didn't write anything. I wanted to know the address first, or maybe hand it to her, but we haven't really reconnected. So I'm giving this away. Maybe it's time to let go of these. So New York, bought this during a visit with my cousin. my cousin Corina. Shout out to Corina if she's able to see this. Showed me around New York. New York. New York. Ooh, it's the same image, I guess. New York. Is that the same image again? Ooh. The center of capitalism. This one. Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, Broadway. Oh, is that Wicked? Yeah, that's a Wicked. Wicked. Not really the movie, because I bought this a long time ago. Empire State. New York. Of course, you see the Empire State as well. New York City. Oh, this one I did not have to buy this. My good friend Ika, who is now in Spain, was also in New York at the time I was in United States. She had her internship in the US, and she handed me I think these 3 postcards from New York. I don't remember. Oh my goodness, this is why you write something at the back so that people remember. I'm very sorry, but yeah, I remember she gave me a Manhattan one and other New York stuff. Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty. Chicago. Okay, so this one's again, I'm not sure. Again, this is the reason why you write something. But yeah, well, I'm not complaining that they didn't write anything, because I'm just thankful that I received postcards. But I'm not sure if I received this from Ika or from my brother, because they're the only ones I know who visited Chicago. Could be Ika. Ooh, this one definitely is from Ika. Ika is short for Jessica, by the way. So Alcatraz in San Francisco. If you're a fan of Call of Duty, that is this exact same map of the Alcatraz map in Call of Duty. Of course, the Alcatraz prison. I'm not sure if this is true, but when this was still open, they only have hot shower in Alcatraz, so that the prisoners are not used to cold water, so that they don't wanna escape Alcatraz prison. I don't know if that's true. That's probably true. San Francisco, Golden Gate. Chinatown in San Francisco. I guess one of the most iconic Chinatowns in the world, but not the first. The very first Chinatown in the world is in the Philippines. Ooh, still in San Francisco, the crookedest street in the world. It looks fun. I don't want to be in that neighborhood, because I like walking, and maybe halfway through I'm already dead. San Francisco. Ooh, this one is not San Francisco anymore. It's the other side, other coast. This is in Washington DC. This is Georgetown, which looks like Hogwarts, right? I bought this during a visit to Georgetown. This is where oh, I have a photo of that, but I'm not sure if it still exists. Um, I have a photo of me on the stairs, that iconic stairs in the movie. Um, oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. Um, The Exorcist. Because the author is from Georgetown University. Quite a prestigious university. It's nice. Oh, our former president, the second female president of the Philippines, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, went to Georgetown University, and she was classmates with Bill Clinton, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, okay, so of course I was also in Washington, the greater area of Washington, DC, not Washington State. Washington State is on the other side. But Washington DC, East Coast. So I was also there for a week. What did I do in Washington DC? Yeah, I visited National Geographic Museum, a lot of memorial grounds. I was there for a week with other scholars from all over the world, from Pakistan, from South America, from a lot of us were from Asia. 5 of us from the Philippines. Shout out to Janice, Ian, Patty, and Nestor. Shout out to all of you, my batchmates. Washington DC as well, but with the cherry blossoms, a gift from Japan. Yes. Oh, still in United States. Bought this during a visit to Oklahoma. This is the state flag of Oklahoma. And this is the state capital. Also bought this during a visit to Oklahoma. Ooh, I missed this mascot. This is the Razorbacks. So I went to the University of Arkansas, and this was given to me by Kapia, who was also studying in University of Arkansas at the time. She is from Bolivia. It was really nice of her to buy me a University of Arkansas postcard, give it to me, write a message at the back. Because I don't know why I did not remember to buy any postcard from University of Arkansas. I did though buy postcards from Bentonville, which is how many minutes away from Fayetteville. This is from Bentonville. As you know, Walmart is from Arkansas, and this is the Walton's 5 and Dime. Walton's 5 and Dime, which is the site of the very first Walmart. So this is the Walmart visiting center. I bought this at the time when I didn't know all the evils of capitalism. So it's just a nice souvenir, maybe. Yeah. I have a copy of this though, another copy. If you want copies of the Walton's 5 and Dime postcard with a message from me, again, you can just email me. We can swap postcards. I'm not sure who gave this to me, but this is Stanford. Oh my goodness, this is another reason why you put something. Please, please, please don't give anyone a postcard without writing on it, or at the back. Not on it. Never ever write something on it, but at the back. But yeah, thank you to whoever gave this to me, but I don't remember. Oh my goodness, I'm very sorry. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this is not from anywhere actually, but I just bought this because it looks cool. I might swap these with other people, but it's a healing scratch postcard. We all need healing, right? But you can scratch it, by the way. There are 4, if I'm correct, there are 4 postcards inside, and you can scratch out the gold parts. I'm not sure why you would do that, but apparently you can. Ooh, okay, so this is number 3 and this is number 4, so there might not be 4 inside. There's maybe just 1. Okay, there might be 4, but these are all different than these ones. Yeah, so 1 special scratch postcard. I do have other postcards. Wait a minute, let me just grab them. I'll just put these away. Ta-da! I have 100 postcards from Studio Ghibli. This one isn't opened yet, but I have 1 opened, and I'm looking for people to swap postcards, or maybe if you're interested to receive one for a fee, because, well, I'm maintaining a website, raversustheworld.com and visitbicol.com, and to be able to fund those websites, because maintaining a website is not free, I'm looking for ways to earn a few bucks. no, just a little amount. And if you wanna receive Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, postcards, if you're a fan, just let me know. I'm not gonna use this because this is just for my collection. My favorite are those by not by Hayao Miyazaki, but by Isao Takahata. For example, this one. And oh, there's no other Isao Takahata movie. Oh, this is Isao Takahata's last movie. What else? Oh, yeah, but my favorite, of course, is Only Yesterday and sorry, excuse me, and Grave of the Fireflies by Isao Takahata, not by Hayao Miyazaki. This is Hayao Miyazaki, of course. You know this. Spirited Away. Ooh, this one is not for swapping. I'm not gonna open it, but as I said earlier, I'm a fan of Harry Potter. I'm not a fan of the author, of course, because, well, because of reviews. But Harry Potter is nice, and this is a nice collection. I haven't opened it since buying it. So just like the Ghibli ones, there are 100 postcards inside. I have another one. This one is opened. 100 postcards from Game of Thrones. If you wanna swap, or if you wanna contribute to my raversustheworld.com and visitbicol.com fund, just let me know in the comment section or email me. But we can take a look at some of these. Rose. Ooh, okay, so now you have to remind me who this is, but of course, Jamie's right hand man, Tyrion. Okay, the Messiah who is not a Messiah, Jon Snow. Arya, Tywin, who cannot have a peaceful Toilet Break, Tyrion, Jamie. Okay, the one whose story was butchered by the showrunners. Daenerys, Sansa. Ooh, nobody, no one. Jamie, who for some reason is not blonde anymore. I mean, come on. The whole story of Game of Thrones, the reason why it all started is because they're blondes, right? And what happened to the hair? This is not Arya anymore. This is no one. Cersei, Daenerys, who is about to have some chooks to go. Again, the Messiah, who is not a Messiah. But yeah, you get the idea. A lot of, ooh, okay. How to save a life. So you get the idea. These are all shots from Game of Thrones, including this one. Is that the Ice King? Oh, not the Ice King. That's a different character, but of course allies with the Ice King. Oh, am I remembering things right? Oh my goodness, it's all forgettable. I put a tissue here because this has some kind of material on it and it might damage the postcard at the front. So yeah, that's the Game of Thrones postcard collection. What does it say here? Ta-da! HBO. It's not television, it's HBO. Share your love of Game of Thrones with this deluxe postcard collection featuring 100 unique images showcasing memorable moments and favorite characters, including Daenerys Targaryen, Jon Snow, Arya Stark, and more. That's what it says. And last but not the least, I told you earlier that I also collect DC stuff. Including, of course, why did I put a tape? Ta-da! Vintage covers of DC comic books turned into postcards. V for Vendetta, of course, one of the best DC stories out there. Well, it's Alan Moore, so speaking of Alan Moore, ta-da! I have a Watchmen comics, and if it's Alan Moore, it's quality. Wonder Woman, another Wonder Woman. Swamp Thing. Ooh, I'm excited for Swamp Thing. There's also an Alan Moore Swamp Thing, but this isn't Alan Moore. Sandman, which Netflix just ruined for all of us. Wonder Woman. Also Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Black Lightning. Wonder Woman. So yeah, you get the idea. Justice League of America. You get the idea. These are all from DC Comics. Ooh, I'm very sorry. It's almost an hour. Very sorry if I bored you halfway through, or maybe as we were getting started, but yeah, thank you very much for watching me blabber about my postcard collection. The next video that you will see me talk about my collection will be my incoming postcards from all those post crossing I'm doing. So thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.